Arts Corporation, coming to you live on ITV Sport from Milton Keynes. Time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 50 PDC titles worldwide, a two-time Premier League champion, and a two-time back-to-back champion of the world, the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson! Ladies and gentlemen, a two-time European champion, the winner of the World Match Play, and the former champion of the world, Voltage, Rob
Gary Anderson enjoying his dance at the moment. In contrast, Rob Cross been giving off rather negative vibes about even being here. Let's see whether Voltage can find some electricity after all. Positively buzzing in the commentary box for us, Chris Mason, and good afternoon, John Rawling.
Good afternoon, Jackie. Good afternoon, everybody. And Rob Cross, like all darts players, couple of maximums, and he'll be thinking differently. First break a throw, and he'll think, yep, I'm back. This is my day. You can guarantee it. He's got a smile on his face now. There he is. Rob, now 32 years old, ranked number 6 in the world right now. And he's not got a great record against Gary Anderson, 14-3 in Anderson's favour over the years, and in TV matches, Anderson also way ahead, 7-2. But Gary, who started this fishing business on land he owns down in Somerset, doing well with that now. That's up and running, and having got that going, he now has new enthusiasm for the game of darts, or I should say refound enthusiasm, training with Ryan Searle, throwing, practicing regularly, and the way he threw and hit maximums yesterday, okay, he might have found that doubles were a bit of an Achilles heel, but he was really hitting the big scores, a bit like the Anderson of old, Chris.
Yeah, he missed 18 darts at a double in that match and still averaged over 92. But yeah, 6 big maximums, 6 140s in the scoring phase of that match against Dimitri. He was very, very solid, and he's won the ball, gets the honour, a race to 10. As you mentioned, it's not been happy hunting ground for Cross against Anderson.
57.
And their most high-profile big meeting in recent times was the 2022 World Championships, wasn't it? And Anderson was victorious on that occasion.
140.
I wonder with people like Cross if it's a bit of kidology and just taking the spotlight off himself and the pressure with all the Premier League talk and everything else.
Well, he does do that, doesn't he? And I mean, he's saying, and he's the people around him are saying that he's not interested in the Premier League. But you know, I mean, it's big money, the Premier League, and it takes a huge amount of principle and loathing to walk away from potentially humongous amounts of money.
Yeah, it is. It's huge money, isn't it?
100. Well, he's got a chance of a break here in the very first leg, so this will perk him up. He can put this away. It's his 6th successive Masters appearance, and that's a great first dart. What a terrific opening leg this is from Cross. 9 darts all the way down to 50.
Yeah, 174, followed by the 137.
57.
Possible 11-dart opening.
Oh, somebody walked up to him and said, "How do you feel now?" If he tucks this away, I think he'd probably say, "Yeah, I'm okay." Double 16 for 1-0.
Well, he did throw some.
Is mighty good.
Yeah, some very impressive stuff throughout 2022. Made many finals. Did Rob Cross.
6 finals, an average through the season not far shy of 97,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
outstanding, isn't it?
awesome.
Yeah, it's right up there.
This year at Bahrain, he lost in the semi-final, losing out there to Gerwyn Price, and then in the Nordic Masters lost 10-4 to Johnny Clayton in tournaments which you'll have been watching with us, I'm sure, on ITV. World Series tournaments.
137.
Nice little bonus for the players that coming into this one, the ones that did have the opportunity to play in those events.
109.
First of the match. First, I suspect, of quite a few.
Yeah, first of many. I forget how young Rob Cross is, only 32, and could be said in darting terms, yet to really hit his peak years.
65.
Says he's looking after himself a bit more carefully than he has done on occasion in the past.
I think all the players that play in that Premier League, with the introduction now of the many European tours, the problem is you've got to do the media on the Wednesday of a Premier League week, play on the Thursday, travel then on the Friday to the Euro Tour, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then fly home Monday, and that lasts for 4 months. And like I said, it's all about managing the time, I think.
Well, and we all know, don't we, that those of us who've had to do it, travelling on a regular basis can be seriously tiring stuff.
This is outstanding from Rob Cross, an 11-dart breaker throw followed up by a 13-dart hold.
Just averaging 125.25 at the moment.
131.
Gary's averaging 107.33 and it's not had a double yet.
Well, the people who've made this a sellout afternoon, this is one of the matches they've really been looking forward to, and the players thus far rewarding them for their enthusiasm.
Absolutely. Don't forget, we're on ITV3 this evening.
100.
Just for tonight's session.
In the Worlds, the 2022 Worlds, it was Gary Anderson who won that one by 4 sets to 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a tight game.
And we've already seen in the opening match of the afternoon as Stephen Bunting went surging ahead in the early stages against Danny Noppert, that early advantage doesn't necessarily win you a match. And fair play to Danny Noppert, the way he clawed his way back. Great game.
Some game.
Clawed his way back.
He's resolute, isn't he? Interesting, these two, looking at the numbers in this one, these two had a cracking game on the Pro Tour.
Brilliant. Second maximum of the match. Sorry, Chris.
Not that long ago, and Rob Cross was beaten 6-2 and averaged 104.56. Gary Anderson, 113.45.
That was his highest average of the season, of the year. 124 for 3-0. Great first dart. He'll be looking at treble 14 here. If he gets a single, he goes for the bull. And this for 3-0. This would really hurt Anderson. Oh, what a dart! What a dart! He has started brilliantly, absolutely on fire here, Rob Cross.
36 darts only to win the opening 3 legs. It's unplayable.
80.
Rob Bannon, his manager, I mean, he said to me on, well, I'm sure you as well, on many an occasion, Chris, that this guy, Rob Cross, has got
68.
major championships within him still, and he's still, never mind this one, he's still capable of winning the big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when you see a player playing at this level, any question marks?
96.
are answered.
Gary Anderson's wanting to stop the slide. He fell 16 places in the rankings
100.
over the last year, down to, what are we now, number 22? It's almost unthinkable to think of Gary Anderson ranked number 22.
Well, it has happened before. He went down to, I think he went down to 21 and then played himself back inside the top 8.
140.
So we know he's got that in the locker.
Well, if he carries on like this right the way through the match,
100.
it's going to be interesting to see and to hear afterwards whether Rob Cross has mustered up a little bit more enthusiasm for Milton Keynes.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind the 65 grand first prize and the trophy.
Yeah, does it ease the pain?
137.
Unmistakable tones of George Noble, our referee for this one.
33.
Nobody says 30 quite like George. Well, it's 12 darts to here. 14 darter beckoning for a 4-0 lead. Wow.
4 out of 4 on the doubles. Longest leg of the match, that, a 14.
Positively shabby, wouldn't it?
131.
Gary must be wondering what's hit him here, but he's got to think in his own head, well, look, I'm throwing okay. He's averaging nearly 106, and he's got to be thinking, surely, in a match of this longevity, of this distance, there's got to be a drop-off in the standards that Rob Cross has had so far.
And that's what he's going to have to hope for. To try and get a foothold in the match. I mean, it's a must-win leg, without stating the obvious.
Yeah, we have a break at the end of this leg, don't we?
Yep.
58.
Gary Anderson is in a good place here to, you would think, to hold his throw. And that's a great dart, and another. Fill him up. Oh, a big deflection, or it would have been.
Yeah, you could not only see it, you could hear it.
Young devotees.
Who knows? 10 years' time, they might be up there themselves.
59. Gary, you require 109.
Treble 19 would leave double 16 now. Oh, what about that? That's the Anderson that we know from over the years. Can he reach back into time and maintain that one to once again bring Rob Cross? Gary Anderson wants to see a dip in his scoring power. Cross with the darts is now going to be the moment.
Yeah, Cross will be, well, Anderson will be hoping to inflict the same kind of scoreline in that first mini session, but there's no holding Cross back by the looks of things. Starts this leg after the break with a 140, very nearly a second max.
100.
Both these lads great to watch when they're throwing well, when they're going well. Anderson particularly early in the afternoon in relative terms. The day's thrilling darts for most of the people here, many of the people here for both sessions. So a long way to go.
We've got some wonderful ties, haven't we? I mean, it's just not a bad game out there. I mean, tonight's session, as I said, on ITV3 from 7, Gerwyn Price against Dirk van Duijvenbode could be absolutely anything, right against Chisnell. And then the rematch of the European final between Michael Smith and Ross Smith. And then we finish off with Michael van Gerwen against De Souza. We'll stay there. Ooh.
The Gerwyn Price match is a replay of the Players' Championship final as well, isn't it?
Yep.
Which Gerwyn came home in that one by the narrowest of margins, 11-10. So, repeat or revenge, we'll see. Be sure to join us this evening.
34.
Oh, look at that. Talk about putting a bit of pressure on a 71. Second maximum.
Leaves double one, though. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful first start, plumb in the middle of treble 13 to leave 32.
Oh, that is just sublime from Rob Cross, and it's another 14 darter for 5-1. And the 100% record on his doubles continues. That's 5 out of 5.
It's just so good, isn't it? Anderson now averaging 110 to Cross's 111.5.
I wonder if Phil Taylor's watching somewhere. This was the kind of darts which were hurled against him, which kind of prompted the great man to say, maybe enough's enough.
59.
Looking over some of the average records at
That makes it 2 apiece. Sorry, Chris.
the Masters, and Michael van Gerwen
Goodness me.
tops the table. 112.49.
And Cross at this stage is ahead of that.
Yeah, absolutely. 112.49 was in the final back in 2015 against Raymond van Barneveld.
Well, the pair of them are right up here at the moment. Cross averaging nearly 114, Anderson nearly 112. Losing the match, 1 double converted for Anderson from 1 attempt, and he's 5-1 down.
Treble 14 for tops. Oof. So Anderson with an opportunity to hold, pick up his second leg of the match.
Needs this and takes it. Doubles are easy, really, aren't they, Chris?
13 dart hold. Now 7 from 7 on the doubles.
Best finishing we ever saw from one player here in this championship was Johnny Clayton a couple of years ago, when in fact best finishing anywhere, he got 10 out of 11.
Just staggering, isn't it? It's just...
And Wadey pushed him all the way.
Yeah, he only won 10 now,
9.
yeah. Yeah, went to the absolute wire.
140.
Tried to force that final dart in.
Just nudging his average up close to 115 now, Rob Cross.
140.
While Anderson languishing at 112.29. Wade and Clayton is the next match to come. Oh, Wadey threw really well yesterday.
Yeah, very impressive. Looked
100.
super smooth, didn't he? From the opening dart of that match. Averaged nearly 99 in that one.
127. Robbie require 130.
Right. He miscounted there. If he'd hit the 25, he'd have left 159. Fortunately, he found the ball. Just misses the treble to leave the ball. Treble 18 to leave double 18.
58. Gary require 134.
He went for 54 tops. It's going to leave a double, so this is pressure
94.
on the 72 for Rob Cross.
72.
This one for 6-2, 72, treble 20 is looking at. Another big 20 leaves double. Oh, he's missed it.
Wow.
Need a big 20 for double 16, and that's about the first loose dart he's thrown.
Yep. First mistake in the match.
That's the first missed double. Only one, though. Anderson capitalising on that rare loose visit from Rob Cross and gets a break.
Game on.
Another long leg, John. 14.
Standard of this match so far has been stupendous.
Yeah, the winning legs for Gary, 12, 13, 14. The winning legs for Rob Cross, 11, 13, 12, 14, 14.
57.
Anybody who's picked up a dart will look at that and sort of sort of look at it in almost disbelief.
Yeah, well, Gary Anderson has memories of playing this well, of course. And they played outside in Dubai against Michael van Gerwen. Both players averaged over 110, and it was Gary on the wrong end.
140.
Anderson's just nudged ahead for the first time in the averages. He's over 112 now.
100.
Couple of single 20s takes him back down to 111, but he's got his nose ahead in that terms, if not in terms of legs won. But he'll be hoping that he's turned the corner. Brilliant.
100.
124 for an immediate break back for Rob Cross.
He's already done this, hasn't he? Leg
3.
Yeah, leg 3. 12 dart break of throw. Treble 18 for the ball this time.
Oh, just the wrong side of the wire. Very, very close.
43, Gary.
So Anderson, 78 now for 5-4. And he'd be right back into the match. 20 for tops. Oh, and just over pitched it. It was a well thrown dart.
Clipped the wire. You could hear how close that was. Treble 19 for double 12. Yeah, gets the treble.
He likes it up here, 18s and 12s. But he's on 6s now. He can't believe he's missed it by that distance. Never really looked in doubt, did it?
It is the break back, John. Longest leg of the match, a 15-darter.
Break at the end of this leg, and then played to its conclusion.
Yeah, Gary would be keen to try and pinch this leg and go into that break just 2 legs adrift.
He's been up against it, Gary Anderson, though, after that absolutely mesmerising start from Cross.
Yeah, he just gapped him, didn't he? And it's when
first four, and he was just, you know, I mean, he was throwing the darts of the gods.
Yeah.
140.
And we're into leg 10, and Cross is still averaging over 110.
81.
And 6 out of 7 on his doubles. He'll fancy his chances of holding throw from here.
Yeah.
Massively, but this is making it even more of a shoe-in, he'll think. 9 darts down to 47.
Yeah, this is as well as I've ever seen Rob Cross play.
Robbie required 47.
47 for 7-3. 15 double 16. It is indeed. And he makes it look ridiculously easy. That's an 11-darter. He's averaging over 111. He's got 7 doubles out of 8. His performance here so far today, absolutely sublime. You won't see very much better than what is being produced.
Gary to throw first.
We're now
Game on.
10 legs deep. Stand corrected, of course, as well. It was Gary Anderson who actually defeated MVG in the final of that tournament in Dubai, but did trail 8-4, and that's what threw me. I was just looking back over that event. But yeah, it was similar numbers to these.
58.
Great start back from the last break from Gary Anderson. Play to the finish from here.
99.
And really knows that he's got to be at his very best, and still hoping that Rob Cross just drops a little bit from the amazing standard.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to dip to allow Gary back into the match.
That's his 5th maximum against Anderson's 4.
58.
Well, Anderson on a finish of sorts, but a big visit here from Rob Cross can make a sizable difference and put the Scotsman under pressure. Just the wrong side of the wire.
83, Gary.
Gary can just approach play at this one. 140 leave 24.
140.
You writing a script?
It's easy when they're this good.
He'd love another treble, and he's got it.
140, Gary, by 24.
Well, that's a 13 darter for Gary Anderson, and narrows the gap to 7-4.
Yeah, that's a hold.
Rob to throw
Desperately
first.
in need,
Game on.
breaks the throw is Gary Anderson. Ross will be fully aware. 3 holds a throw. He's over the line.
140.
Well, he had an early start, Rob Cross. He was halfway through his breakfast when I got down into the dining area in the hotel this morning, and that was at 8 o'clock. So he was an early riser, and clearly has got his preparations spot on.
Yeah.
60.
Beautiful cover shots from Anderson. Last year, Gary Anderson went out in the last 16 to the eventual winner, Joe Cullen, 10-1.
It doesn't get any easier, and it shouldn't really when you've got the best 24 players in the world competing in a tournament.
23.
Winner of this plays the winner of Michael van Gerwen or Jose de Sousa.
61.
Great thinking that. Pretty much guaranteeing himself 2 darts at a double if he hits the single 17.
Maximum number 5.
He hit 1 to leave double 1. And now he's hit 1 to leave double 2. Didn't get a go the last time. Only get a go this time.
Rob
Numbers suggest no.
Yeah, he's not exactly nonplussed, is he? 7 doubles out of 8 to here. Where did that come from, he says. That's the way to do it, as the man famously used to say.
Gary's left double 2 after 12 there. Not got a go.
140.
Still averaging close to 110, Anderson, and he's just can't really get into the match.
8-4 down. The averages are astonishing.
95.
Both in the top 10 of all time at the Masters right now. Anderson perhaps showing that he's going to improve.
180 in each of the last 3.
Scottish fans trying to get Anderson to even higher levels. You can probably hear in the background. Oh, what a setup that is. That is awesome. Could be on for a 10 darter here.
Gary, you require 16.
So double 8 for a holder throw. That was needed, to put it mildly.
Gary Anderson.
12 dart hold.
Throw first.
Again, closes the gap to 3. Needs a breaker throw. Needs a leg of that quality on the cross throw, and may not be enough. It's 12 now in the match, 6 apiece.
97.
Not often you see 2 players together throwing at this sort of level.
Well, you usually see one will, but
There have been
60.
those that have rivaled it. At the Masters, Van Gerwen and Chisnell 2015 produced something fairly spectacular. MVG 110, Chisnell 108 on that occasion.
Yeah, it was a beauty.
MVG win that one?
Yeah.
Goodness me. Number 7. Just when you think it can't get any better, it does.
80.
Could be a costly
Well,
one.
you
That's
require
one which
81.
strayed into the one. He's not on a finish. Cross 9 from here. I reckon he won't need 9. Double 12.
He's got a 40 flag.
It's just phenomenal once again from Rob Cross. He's 9-5 up. And that is a 7th maximum for Anderson, equaling the tally of Cross.
14 legs completed. 14 180s hit.
I think both of them can be so proud of the darts they've produced up here, entertaining us this afternoon. Whoever loses, they've played a massive part in making this something very special.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a good indication. You know, it's going to be tough for Gary to win from here, of course, but what he can take away from it is the fact that he sustained this level of play over a very long distance. So that tells me his game is in a fine place. May see the 19s here. 7 of them leave 170. 9 of them leaves 132.
Well, there's 3 of them. Make that 6. That'll be 132.
171.
Thank you for the professional adding up, Chris.
Ball.
Oh, what a leg that was. A 12 darter from Gary Anderson, and absolutely wonderful to watch once more. Throwing to the match now, Rob Cross. Anderson averaging over 110 and losing 9-6. But he's not done yet.
21.
$112.49 was the highest ever in this tournament, which was by Michael van Gerwen. 2015 final. Rob Cross is currently on 113.51. Are we seeing just a tiny little bit of darting history? 225. Might look for bullseye here, and gets it.
90.
Just casually slams it into the ball. Yeah, I think to beat that 112.49, he's going to have to take this 135 out.
Well, he may start off on the bullseye. It's not essential, though.
It would almost be fitting that he would have won the match on something like that.
But it's not going to be, so MVG's record will stay
91.
intact for another day. Just.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Yeah, he's going to have to hit tops in one dart.
Great darts. Pressure's on. Tops needed.
Rob, you require 40.
This would be for the best average record ever at the Masters. Needs tops and he doesn't get it. He won't know that, but what a performance it's been from Rob Cross, and he gets it for the second time of asking. And I tell you what, Chris, when you watch something like that, it's kind of a privilege to be sitting here with a microphone in your hand.
Absolutely. I mean, the averages in that match, the end average is 111.17 Anderson, 112.32, but it is Cross that progresses into the quarterfinals.
It was